more Quantum League, more tournament play. That's right, I've got some gameplay lined up for you today. These games are nail-biting, they are anxiety-inducing, they'll make your palms sweat, if you know what I mean, alright? I have chosen the best out of the best, out of one series of games, but I may or may not be doing some more. We'll see how the future goes, but these ones I really want to show you guys because they are super exciting. Let's get into it. Round 1, starting off against Bynther. We're going to start with Violet because I have been practicing with her the most, and I usually go with the grenade launcher to start, and we're just going to do some long range grenade launcher shots. Moving up, placing some covering fire on the health packs, and then move to point as per usual. So I think I took a little bit of damage from the barrel there, so my goal in the future rounds is to try remember to blow up that barrel. So second loop comes around and I screw up on the bunny hopping to begin with. He's got a sniper and takes me down to 25 HP, but I land a really nice shot in return, and I'm waiting for him to pick up the health pack, trying to do some pre-firing. But as you probably guessed, he was standing right behind the health pack and was just lining up a headshot, and he manages to land one without taking much damage himself, so that was really well played by him. But that does leave a small opportunity in the third round here for me to push up and to try steal that health pack before his number 2 gets it. I managed to do that, but his number 3 takes me down soon after, and we rush for the opposite health pack. I don't have a chance, I go back to my own health pack, and it's all downhill from there. First point goes to him, so that was a pretty good round by both of us. Again, I'm just going to be choosing some more of the exciting rounds, so let's skip forward to the third round. And note the scoreboard as well, so he's 1 point away from winning. So I start with some long range grenade launcher shots. I probably should have just been aiming for a health pack or something. These shots didn't really have much purpose, but he lands a sniper shot on me which forces me to go get a health pack before trying to get to point. So second loop comes around and I move to the left side to try get an angle on them with my grenade launcher. I managed to damage the number 1 quite a lot, and I end up killing him, which enables my number 1 to survive, but my number 2 dies in the process. So third round, I pick up the sniper and try spot him out. I try to shoot the barrel, but turns out I miss just by like the tiniest bit, and I decide to push and kill both of his clones there. Unfortunately for him, his 3 leaves the point to try chase me, and I just move straight to point, clean up the 2 and take the point there. Okay, next round, and I am clawing my way back to try win this. So I do a pre-charge shot with the grenade launcher on the health pack. This is kind of embarrassing. I don't like the look of those bunny hops. It's definitely my main area of improvement that needs to get worked on. So I take the sniper and go top right and decide to kill the number 2 after he picks up that health pack.
Nailed it.
And I drop back to get that health pack in case in the third round he tries to push top right to kill my number 2, which would save his number 2. So let's see what happens. That's what happens. So to counter that, I go top right myself, land a body shot with the sniper, try wait for him to drop down, he gets that health, I push him kind of aggressively, move back a little bit, wait for him to push out, and then clean up with the... No, I don't! Yeah, so I miss that guy by, half a second or so, and we go into overtime. And our lovely friend Gun James is back. As I was told in my last video, you can just melee and you get rid of it, so that's what I do. Push for point, miss most of my shots, but I end up with his 1 pretty low, so I'm kind of happy with that anyway. And you will have noticed that at the start of the first round I place a marker on the map. This is just in order to help orientate myself so I know which direction to move in overtime. I mentioned that in another video. If you haven't seen that, click up here and watch it. Otherwise, let's keep going. So the reason I don't go for the health pack here is because I want my number 3 to get that. So instead I want to be aggressive with this person, and then I actually end up dying from my own clone shooting me. But, you know, that's what happens when you play Quantum League. Third round comes along and I'm looking on my screen to see where the marker is, and I rush for it. Pick it up, sweet. I really need to land this headshot here. Oh, look at that. I did. And then I move to point and we clean up and take the W.
Good point there.
Now it's 2-2 and it is neck and neck in this final round. So nothing too interesting happens here. I get another gun jam and unblock it with a melee, and then just do a couple shots with the grenade launcher and move to point. This is essentially what I do almost every first loop. Second loop comes around, I move to the right side to try and get some shots off, and wow, you know, he lands a really nice headshot on me, forces me to go pick up that health pack. I'm still trying to get some damage off on him, and I think I managed to take him down to about half or so with that grenade launcher shot, which is pretty good. And he also picked up the health pack a little bit late compared to me. Final round, I go for the sniper, and I can just see him on the other side, but he's playing under cover pretty well. So again, I'm just trying to spot him out. I just managed to tap him in the body. I move in, clean up, and that's me taking the first game. Okay, now skipping ahead to the next game. And we're going to start off the same, just popping off some grenade launcher shots and then heading to point.
A solid attempt. Nailed it.
Second loop comes along, and this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. So we do some long range back and forth. He drops me down quite low, forcing me to pick up the health pack. He does also pick up the health pack, and I don't do much damage on him. In fact, that was my number 1, which I think killed him completely. So, you know, my number 1 is just that good, apparently. Final loop. I'm pushing right hand side. I want to get to that health pack before his number 2 does. And then there's his 3, trying to kill my 1, which will save both of his clones. And I swap to the shotgun. So at the beginning of this round, I only chose the SMG, which means that it gave me an opportunity to swap to a different weapon later on. I chose the shotgun. Possibly I could have gone grenade launcher there and pushed a point to clear all of them off. But unfortunately he just got there a little bit before me. I didn't have time to reload, so I swapped to the shotty, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so we'll start the round off with, guess what? The grenade launcher, and we're going to be doing the exact same thing. So second loop comes, I push right side as normal, and he gets a nice body shot off with the sniper rifle, and I manage to return one by killing him, and then also try to finish him off after he picks up the health pack, but it doesn't matter a whole lot because he doesn't end up on the point anyway. So that was like a pretty good exchange of damage there, each pressuring each other to pick up one's health pack. So I think here I should have acted a little bit more reactively, gone towards the middle and just saw which side he was going. Because here he's pushing my health pack, he's been very aggressive and forcing me to move to get that health pack on the left and then go to point. I just managed to clean him up, and with like, you know, quarter of a second to go or whatever, I'm on the point to score. Okay, so next round. Again, I want to just make it dangerous for him to pick up his own health packs. And then we're going to push to point, and fortunately I'm on full HP, he's on none. Second loop, I move right side. expose myself a little bit, try get that angled shot across there. I can never seem to get them, but I decide to push his health back, get my own health back, then head to point. Unfortunately, you can see I don't quite make it. A kill is 2, which is still alright, but and as you can see, I consider myself throwing by doing that. Anyway, third round comes along. I move left side to try spot out where he's going, and decide to just do a mad dash for that health pack, and just chaos ensues. Once I finish getting the kill on his number 3, I need to get to point. I don't actually finish off his number 1 after I finish reloading. My first goal is to get to point, and then I will concentrate on killing him. Getting to point is the most important thing here, but it doesn't matter because in the end, my number 2 kills him anyway. Okay, so the match score is 2-1 at the moment. So he needs to win 2 more, I just need to win 1, and then I'll win my games against him. So I do the same stuff with the grenade launcher, but he does the double health pack steal, which will force me to change my strategy in the second and third round.
A solid attempt.
So second round, I try to take out the number 1 who's on his way, do that, pick up the health pack, but that was my own number 1 who killed me because of that pre-fire I did, and then I run and get the health pack to try to get to point, but yeah, it's bad. Anyway, third loop, let's see how this goes. He gets a nasty headshot on me to start with, and then aggressively pushes me and then just lasers me down as soon as I get that health pack. And that's that. Nothing else to say about that round. He just completely destroyed me there. And I tried, look, I tried to spell astronomically, and I know how to spell it, but I think I was tired. Astronomically, astroconomically, look, just forget about it, right? Okay, now we're going to be doing some pre-fire. One there, moving to the right. I'll try to get a cheeky shot to go behind the barrier, but he pushes out a little bit earlier. And then we go to point. Moving to the right side, and you'll see this beautiful shot from the first round. It finally pays off. Finally, I get a blast from the past. Oh, sorry, blast from the past! But, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. I go to point and both my clones are dead. So, round 3, let's see if we can throw this on its head. So we're moving right side, we both pass each other, I get that health pack, and you can see I just dodge the grenade launcher shot from my number 1. That would have been an astronomically bad move on my part if I actually hit myself. But we don't, we go to point and I just managed to clean up. It's really, really clean. And unfortunately today our time must come to an end. But not after just one more final round, okay? So this one is extra exciting. Make sure you're sitting down. Make sure you have your socks on, your pacifier in, and your seatbelt done up, okay? Let's go. Alright, we're starting off with the grenade launcher. But I want you to pay attention to this first grenade launcher shot. See where I hit, and see where it lands. That's right, if you hit the top corner of that yellow barrier, you can hit it behind that first barrier, which would have been great if he were there. Anyway, a couple more shots off before going to point. I get a really nice shot. He gets a suicide grenade launcher shot. So I think he pointed it at the corner of the point, at the edge of the point, and it like bounced back at him or something like that. Second round comes along. I'm going right side once again. But he does something really cheeky. Yeah. So he shot the yellow barrier in order to suicide himself. Suicide himself? Commit suicide, you know. And then he ran to my health pack because I thought it was a mistake. And so that's why I had my sights on his health pack. And then he just pops up behind me and takes that. So that was quite well done by him. Okay, and so to counter that, I'm going to take my left health pack and then my back right health pack. And this is just when it gets a little bit crazy because my number 2 managed to kill his number 3 preemptively. And then we run to point and, oh god, sorry, we need to slow this down a little bit. Okay, so my number 2 kills his number 3. It forces his number 3 to go get his own health pack and move to point. Then his number 2 kills my number 2, like what happened in last round, and then I move to point. But as I'm moving to point, his number 2 is slightly in front of me. So right now I'm basically inside him, okay? I'm inside of him. So this makes it really difficult for his 3 to kill me right now. And basically whatever I shoot, I'm going to be nailing the back of number 2, nailing him really hard, and then I've got the number 1 and 3 right in front of me, and I clean up for a beautiful victory. And you can see that I'm actually double checking that I'm recording this game, because I'm like, wow, this is one that I really need to have. So anyway, that's that. That was super fun, anxiety inducing. I hope you guys haven't broken out too much of a sweat. I end up winning the series against him. I think it was 3-1. GG's all round.
And I'll be seeing you
in the Quantum Arena.
See ya.